So in the bottom left, in the blue, are Swedish Protoss. It is OyA. And in the top right, in the red, Polish legend. It is trutaCz. Now, yesterday, Gypsy was talking about how Blue Storm should be called Zerg Storm. I think that's simply because, it is very, very hard to deal with, like a Hydra bust, and the SimCity is really lacking. However, because OyA is so dangerous with a variety of builds, I think this is actually a really good map for him. He can use his image here to kind of force trutaCz to play very cautiously versus him. What are your... Now, you were talking about how cancerous this map was for Protoss. What makes it hard for Zerg?
For Zerg, it's hard once it gets into a position where Protoss is stabilized in the mid to late game, because then if it's a split map scenario, it becomes very difficult for Zerg to advance out on the map. They still have options. They still have the ability to drop. They can be very efficient because there is a mineral-only base that always favors Zerg a little bit, but a simple split map becomes very difficult for Zerg to win on this map.
Yeah, this is a map that has limited resources. Like, if you split it, both players only get 5 bases. It's not like Polypoid where both players get potentially 8 bases, some insane amount of money. As the game goes longer, you would imagine it favors Protoss. But, players like Larva have kind of swayed my judgment to the strength of the Zerg late game, but I'm not sure if trutaCz plays that defensive style like Larva. I mean, Larva is kind of like a one-of-a-kind legend in that sense. Now, we do have Protoss going for... Okay, it's going to be a Forge, right?
Yeah, it's just a delayed Forge because it's an overpull. He did send out that Pylon Scout, and if you see it's an overpull, you can delay your Forge to 12, and you're going to go Nexus first anyway, so it doesn't really matter what time that Forge goes down, if it goes down 10, 11, 12. So that little bit of extra mining helps.
Yep, so delayed Forge coming down. Standard opener from OyA. Now that's a double drone pull, and it is buying a lot of time, or the probe is buying a lot of time delaying that hatchery.
Oh.
However, OyA might have overstepped. He's gonna... Oh, wow. Dangerous.
It's dead.
It is gone. Yeah, OyA, as soon as it went in again, I was like, that was a mistake. And he gets instantly punished. And having to send out a second probe this early in the game does impact OyA's build quite a bit. Now, the trutaCz is going to go take bottom right as his third base. Now, if you're Protoss and you sniff out the third hatch at bottom right, does this tell you anything about Zerg's intentions?
Not necessarily. Only that if you do go for a speed lot timing, it is going to be harder for Zerg to defend because it's hard to get Hydras across from your natural to that third base. And it looks like Cannon just in time. Looks like the Overlord. Okay, looks like it's going to escape. And only one Ling goes down. That it's a little bit painful. You never want to lose early Lings, but 3 is basically the same as 4. It's not like going from 2 to 1.
Now, OyA did send that probe out, and trutaCz saw it. Okay, I was wondering if he was going to send his Lings back to search for it. OyA doesn't find the hatchery at the mineral only.
Okay, looks like trutaCz's gas was a little bit too fast, or maybe it was the lost minerals from having 2 drones fighting that probe, but his lair is a little bit slow compared to the amount of gas he has. It looks like he did pull 1 drone off gas because he had too much, and here we go, the probe, nope, it goes down.
Wow, another probe falling, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see another probe being sent out. However, more than likely, he's just going to wait for the Zealot to move. At least he confirmed that a lair was going up, but, this is Zerg. They could have canceled it and put down a Hydrogen. Overlord sees the cybernetics, is about 90% done, so Stargate or Citadel follow-up is going to be coming in pretty soon. Meanwhile, we saw this yesterday with Zeke able to pick off the top probe and bottom probe. In this position, a little bit better cannon placement. For now, OyA is only having his top mineral patch denied, but this is one of the hard parts about Blue Storm. Meanwhile, second gas already done for OyA in his natural.
Yeah, so this is not going to be some kind of speed lot play. He's just playing standard here. And every time I look at this map in this matchup, I just remember Dragon against Michael, 1 hatch Hydra, and how the cannons just can never get up.
Yeah, I knew somebody played 1 hatch Hydra, and okay, now I remember it's versus Michael. For some reason, I thought it was Tai 2, because, Tai 2 just pulls out like the wonkiest stuff ever, and it wouldn't have surprised me to see Tai 2 pull that out. Meanwhile, Stargate and Citadel coming down, 450 Citadel, so pretty standard opener for OyA. Meanwhile, that is a lot of lings, and it's going to run into the main, and 2 of them make it in, but both of them took a cannon shot, so they don't have the most health. However, more lings are being built by trutaCz. He's going to try and make it ugly. Gets into the mineral alignment and just backs off. I don't think this is going to do that much damage, really.
Yeah, OyA did make a very fast second cannon. Now, this wall at the natural, it could actually be a lot better. The pylon could be where that gap is, and then all of a sudden you're working with a 2-gap wall. There's not this huge gap between the gateway and the nexus, but trutaCz is pulling up lings. You can see them hanging outside around the 3rd area of where OyA's 3rd would be, and he has to be careful here. It's only 2 cannons. The zealot is here at the back. Does he have any more zealots? Looks like both zealots going into the main. This is actually disastrous. This game can end right now. There's nothing defending these cannons. What's the reaction time for? Looks like the 2 lings from the main come back, and he's picking off these 2 cannons. No defense here. This game could end now.
Yeah, it is over.
Like 3 zealots. They're surrounding the Zerg, surrounding the zealots. He's trying to run away, but no cannons up, and this game's done.
Yeah, this game is going to be completely over. Natural is going to be ransacked unless the probes have the best drill I've ever seen. He's going to focus down the pylon on the gateway to make sure that that gateway cannot build any more zealots. Meanwhile, trutaCz is supply blocked, so if OyA is able to somehow stabilize, the follow-up attack is not going to be the strongest for trutaCz, but OyA just taps out. Right in the top right position are blue Protoss. It is OyA, and in the bottom left position are red Zerg, coming off of a very, very killer move. It is trutaCz. Now, top right, is there anything we should know about top right that is, different from bottom left? Does getting top right affect any of your decisions here, or does it not really matter?
No, it's both spawns are pretty easy to wall. You're gonna have a 1 or 2 gap wall depending on how you do it, but it's not gonna be like Blue Storm. Most modern maps have allowed Protoss to just skip the part of the game where they have to stress out about how to wall against Zerg. So at least we won't see a game end with mass lings in the mid game.
We might if OyA sends out a bunch of zealots and is not aware of his actual position in the game. We may see a backstab, I guess, but yeah, I don't.
Okay, cute scouting from OyA. This is just so the Overlord doesn't see it come, and then trutaCz is going to be wondering what is this scout? Is this proxy 2 gate?
Oh, this might actually be. Oh well, This is very weird because he's sending down another probe to build. Is that going to be a forge? I think it would be. No, it's going to be a gate. Now, what's the reasoning for sending this probe in so fast? And he shows it.
Okay, this is because it's a gate. I'm not really sure, but I think he's just throwing off trutaCz's scouting because the Overlord would see it normally, and he doesn't see it now. But it's just an overpull here. This is not.
Go ahead.
This is not a 12 hatch, which I've often seen trutaCz do on this map. But let's see how this affects OyA's build, because his economy is going to take a hit here with this pylon scout.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that it was a gate follow-up, because I also, when he went in, I thought, okay, well, he's scouting to see the pool timing, whether he can go Nexus first. But then the gate was already built. I'm very confused. Now, anyways, Moontang Spacewalk, thank you so much for the massive donation, $100. That is a huge donation. Thank you so much for supporting the BSL. We're almost to the halfway mark of getting enough support to make BSL 13 happen. Now, that probe, I think, is dead, because in my experience, ever trying to escape, I always hit a ledge or something and they catch up to me. But looks like trutaCz has shown a little bit of mercy. He's going to back off. Now, this is a cute move. Just like OyA, he's going to send the lings around the bottom side of the map, and I don't expect OyA to expect this at all.
Yeah, but OyA has to know, because he hasn't scouted trutaCz, he doesn't actually know how many lings. He can't just move across the map, because he could just fight 6 lings straight off the bat with 1 zealot and lose. So he is keeping that 1 zealot in the middle, somewhat hidden, and he did keep the 2nd zealot back. And there we go, instantly retreating.
Oh, no.
And this is gonna be dicey, but the game's not over, because the 2nd zealot was kept back. and it's gonna come down to who has the better multitask.
Well, I'm watching the gas for trutaCz very, very closely because he's approaching 100 gas. Gonna keep close eyes on that mineral count also. If he uses 150 minerals, then we know it's a lair. If we just use 100, we know it's speed, and it's not anything just yet. It is going to be speed. So we're going to have speedlings coming in. I think it takes about a minute. He gets a probe kill there. And if he draws enough units out of position, we may see another ling attack. He takes out a second probe, man.
Okay, 1 ling goes down for 2 probes. Like I said, the net here is much easier to completely block. He has 2 zealots at the net. He's not bringing any more into the main. Doesn't want any more lings to get in. He needs to get that forge down though, the cannon down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's moving out. Okay, this is
what I was talking about. If trutaCz makes lings here and he sends lings along the bottom side of the map, we may have another ling flood. Just kill him. I think if this is Aeon Zerg, almost 50% of the time at least, this is what he would go for. So hopefully OyA gets a zealot and cannon up in time to stall this potential ling attack. Meanwhile, lings in the main again kill another probe. They have 4 probe kills already. Oh, those zealots are dead. And that's going to be a complete denial of this attack from OyA. OyA is in big time trouble now.
Yeah, OyA should realize with that speed timing, this is not lair. This is speed first. He doesn't actually know if it's lair follow-up or just more speedlings or even hydras. He's going to be completely in the dark here.
Yeah, and that zealot does move into a sweet position at the 3rd base. However, it's going to get taken out too. And I think OyA cleaned up the lings in his main. So overall, trutaCz in the driver's seat. Look how slow that cybernetics is. That's a 5-minute cybernetics. Put that in perspective. Citadel started at 5 minutes last game. Like, that's so far behind. Of course, trutaCz's build is behind too. His lair was delayed, but he is in a much better. Oh, he doesn't even have a lair. He's just going into mass hatchery, man.
Yeah, and I think this is a good response to what OyA is doing. He knows OyA's tech is going to be very late, so he can just drone up here after deflecting all those zealots. I think he did make maybe 6 to 8 too many lings, but that's perfectly fine here. He can drone up off these 3, soon to be 4 hatcheries very quickly.
Yeah, I don't think he overlinged that much. He's got good econ across all of his bases. Look at that, 8 drones there. He's got 4 hatches. He's going to have his 5th and 6th hatch coming up pretty soon. Hydra Den's already done. Yep, there's the 5th hatch right there. I'm sure he's going to be getting speed or range on his hydras pretty soon. Meanwhile, Forge is starting that upgrade. What is that? Oh, I think that's the extractor. I thought that might have been another building in the natural of trutaCz. But everything looks pretty good for trutaCz so far. Meanwhile, we don't know what the tech is for OyA. Okay, it's going to be Stargate, of course. He's going to be getting +1 weapon on air. You got Citadel and Second Gate coming in. So he is starting to get up and running. However, look at that cannon timing. That is a waste of 150 minerals, and that's going to stall his build quite a bit too.
Yeah,
and
critically
going in the net.
Critically, none of his zealots actually got to the natural to see what was there, because if he ever got the sense that this was a 4th hatch or didn't see anything other than 1 hatchery at the natural, then he would, with the speed timing, realize, okay, this wasn't lair. I don't need these extra cannons. What this could be is 3 hatch hydra, which would be hitting or would have already hit. So I'm not really sure what he suspects here, but this can't be Mutas.
Yeah, it can't be Mutas at this point. It's a little bit too late now. Meanwhile, 5 hatch hydra moving across the map with speed on the Citadel should be done pretty soon. Meanwhile, Sarah comes in here and sees no lair, so now he knows that, this is going to be a lot of hydras on my doorstep in a second. And you can see he instantly puts down a couple more gateways.
Oh man, this is so bad for OyA because he's going to have to make so many cannons. His core timing was so late. His archives is going to be so late. He's going to need so many cannons to hold off hydras. And again, this isn't even all in from trutaCz. He's fully saturated already. He has full drone saturation.
Well, at least he saw it in time where he's not going to outright die to the hydras. However, he's going to have to build so many cannons. You can see he's built 4. the Forge might be on the brink of getting popped. Oh, wow, he might actually die because trutaCz recognizes that, hey, you don't even have a cannon at the front. He pops the first one. Cannons in the back are just not going to morph in, but OyA's going to have to trade out all of his Zealots simply to not die, but taking down that first cannon might allow him to be able... Oh, is that an Artosis pylon? No, it's not. He's going to try and focus down that back cannon. He gets it. More Zealots are trying to run through, but they're just dying because the Lings are soaking up all the hits, and this is just a meat grinder.
Yeah, cannon's now very exposed here. They're getting picked off one by one. And now the wall is exposed. Forge is going to go down soon, and if this Forge goes down, he's not going to be able to make any more cannons. And like I said, his storm timing is going to be so late. There's no way to defend from Mass Hydra with just Zealots. You need some kind of splash. And here we go. Zealots moving out. He is on 3 to 4 gateways, but again, the Hydra reinforcements are arriving here. It's like decent micro here from OyA.
Well, he does get on top of a lot of the Hydras. They're not all synced up, so OyA having a better trade than expected. He's got... Oh, no. He just runs straight into the natural. He's going to pick off that cannon. Meanwhile, the Zealots in the back are trading more effective than I was anticipating. However, reinforcements from trutaCz are more than likely going to end this game. However, trutaCz is on the brink of being massively supply blocked. There are 2 Sares doing work, but 1 DT moving, 2 DTs moving out is going to... No, it's not going to save the day. There's an Overlord in position, and that forces trutaCz or OyA to morph an Archon because he can't get Storm in time.
Not what you want to see when you're getting Hydra busted. But there we go. There's nothing else here for OyA. No units left. Cannons go down. Archon pops instantly. And, I mean, this DT was the only thing keeping him alive, but now the Overlord is here, able to detect.
Yeah, and that is going to be game over because the Sares got cleaned up. trutaCz is able to reinforce his army, and he takes an easy 2-0 win.